Hello grade 10th, I hope all of you are doing just fine. Last day we had completed the excretion part. So today we will be taking up transportation in animals specifically. So transportation, as you know, is a very important physiological process in the body of all, be it plants or animals. And transportation, it is because of transportation only that all different respiratory gases, your nutrients, excretory products are circulated all over the body. Now the whole system in animals that takes care of this transportation part is known as the circulatory system, and circulatory system is made up of three parts. Now this circulatory system is made up of heart, secondly it is made up of some fluid, and last year only we studied that there are two types of connective tissue, fluid connective tissue specifically. One is the blood and the other is the lymph. So blood is the most important fluid that connects throughout the body, and last of course is the blood vessels. The blood vessels constitute the artery, veins and capillaries. Now let us take a vivid look at all of them one by one. As I was telling you that transportation in the body is brought about by a system in our body known as the circulatory system, and it is made up of three parts rather. The heart, the fluid over here is the blood or the lymph. We will be talking about both, but the blood plays more or less the most important part in our body, and the blood vessels. There are three blood vessels: arteries, veins and capillaries. Now let's come to the heart first. Now the heart is a four-chambered structure. It is comprising of basically a heart covering known as the pericardium. So you can see the heart now. So you see the heart is made up of four chambers. This is the right atrium. The upper chambers are known as the atrium or the auricle. So this is the right atria. This is the left atria. This is the right ventricle. The lower chambers are known as ventricle. So right ventricle, and this is known as left ventricle. Now this in the paper is looking left, but this is actually your right if you place it as your body. Now you have to know the blood vessels that are coming over here. What are the blood vessels? There are two veins that are coming and joining the right atria. That is the vena cava from the upper body, which is known as the superior vena cava, and vena cava from the lower body, that's another vein, which is known as the inferior vena cava. Now this is coming and joining in the right atria. Now you see there are certain walls, these are known as septum. Walls are known as septum. And then you see in the right ventricle, from the right ventricle you see these opening, and it is actually the pulmonary artery that is going out. Now you come to the left atria. Now left atria, it is the pulmonary vein, as you can see that's coming in, and then comes to the left ventricle. From here is the aorta that is going out. Now these are the names of the blood vessels that are there in the body. Now let's talk about the circulation that happens in the heart. Now you have seen there is a flow chart down. Here there is a flow chart, as you can see very well, but I will try to explain this to you through a very simplified diagram. If you remember this diagram well, you will remember everything about circulation forever. Now you see this is a schematic diagram of the heart, which has the right atria, left atria, right ventricle and the left ventricle. But before I go to this, I will tell you about the blood vessels that are there, especially the vein and the artery. Now, always remember, artery is a blood vessel that carries blood away from the heart and always carries oxygenated blood except for one artery that is known as the pulmonary artery. This one. Next, remember, all veins, they are blood vessels that are directed towards the heart, and all veins carry deoxygenated blood except for one vein, that is pulmonary vein, that carries blood towards the heart. Now let's come to the schematic diagram over here. Now this is right atria over here. From the upper portion, the superior vena cava is pouring deoxygenated blood, and from the below part, from the abdominal area, the inferior vena cava is pouring deoxygenated blood in the right atria. Now from the right atria, it is going to right ventricle. From right ventricle, this is going, as I said, that pulmonary artery is the only artery that carries deoxygenated blood. I have marked the vessels carrying deoxygenated blood with blue, and the ones with oxygenated blood carrying vessels, I have marked it with red. Okay, so pulmonary artery is the only artery that is carrying deoxygenated blood, but it is away from the heart. That's why I am calling this artery. And where is it going? Always remember, in biology, pulmonary always means lungs. Okay, so this artery is directed towards the lungs, wherein you have already studied gaseous diffusion is taking place, and because gaseous diffusion is taking place, the carbon dioxide is getting replaced with the oxygenated blood, because in and out oxygen is coming inside my body and carbon dioxide is going outside my body. And now I have a purified blood, that is my oxygenated blood. Now there will be another vein. Why vein? Because it is going towards the heart, and that will be carrying oxygenated blood. I said all veins carry deoxygenated blood. You have seen already superior vena cava carrying deoxygenated blood. But all veins carry deoxygenated blood except for one vein, that is the pulmonary vein, that is carrying oxygenated blood to the left atria. And it is going to the left ventricle, and finally from the left ventricle through the thickest artery of my body, that is known as the aorta, it is going to the different parts of the body. Now this is what actually happens, the circulation that takes place in my body. Now I will come to the different phases of the heart and how it beats. Now let's come to how a heart functions. There are two phases of heart. One is known as systole, the other is known as diastole. Systole means contraction, diastole means relaxation. So this is the upper part, upper chamber, that is atria. Both the right atria and the left atria, and the right ventricle and the left ventricle, they pump blood simultaneously. The work of the heart is to pump blood, and both the atria and both the ventricle, they pump blood simultaneously together. Now see what happens. Always think about a sponge, a bath sponge that you use. Bath sponge, when you put it in water, when you are squeezing it, that is the time when the blood will come in. And when you are releasing it, that is the time when the blood will flow out. So when a sponge is contracting, that means it is the receiving time. And when a bath sponge is relaxing, always remember it is the releasing time. So basically it's the same thing with the heart. It is a muscular organ, that is why it acts as a sponge only. So when there is systole, it is receiving blood. When it is in the diastole, it is relaxing, then it is contracting and releasing the blood. So always remember another thing. When the atria is in systole, the ventricle will be in diastole and vice versa. মানে যখন এট্রিয়াটা সিস্টোল করবে, ভেন্ট্রিকলটা ডায়াস্টোল করবে। তার মানে এ কি করছে, ব্লাড রিসিভ করছে, অ্যান্ড এ কি করছে, ব্লাডটা রিসিভ করছে, এ ব্লাডটা রিসিভ করছে, আর এ ব্লাডটা রিসিভ করে একে পাঠাচ্ছে। It's receiving and this is taking in blood. Okay, now when the atria is relaxing, the ventricle will contract. So when there is atricular systole, the ventricles will be in diastole, and when the ventricles are in systole, the atria will be in diastole. So blood is coming in from the veins during systole to the atria, from the atria to the ventricle, from the ventricle to the pulmonary vein, that artery that is there, and aorta that is there, and that is how the blood gets transmitted from one place to the other. Also remember, for this to happen, for every beat, for every pumping, this one whole thing mane atrial systole, ventricular diastole, and ventricular systole and atrial diastole, এইটা যখন হবে, this is called one cardiac cycle, and it requires 0.8 seconds to happen. So each cardiac cycle lasts for about 0.8 seconds. তাহলে a normal heart beats for 72 times per minute, আর প্রত্যেকটা বিটে around 70 ml blood is going in through it. It is getting pumped. তাহলে you just do the calculation, 70 into 72 মানে 72 times beat করছে in a minute. So in a minute around 4900 ml of blood is pumped through your heart to the different parts of the body. It is brought to your heart, it is pumped out to the different parts of the body. Now you see how the heart is working tirelessly with the help of the cardiac muscles to keep you going, right? Now you see, we will talk about blood as a part of the circulatory system. Blood is composed of two parts. The liquid part is known as the plasma, which has around 70% water, and that is the liquid part of the blood known as the plasma. And the rest of it is cellular part, which is made up of three further components: the RBC or the erythrocytes, WBC or the leukocyte, platelets or the thrombocytes. Now this red blood cell is red because of the presence of this hemoglobin, and this hemoglobin, as you know, helps in transportation of respiratory gases throughout the body, especially oxygen. WBC, on the other hand, helps to provide immunity to the body, and platelets helps in the clotting of blood. I had told you last year only, when you fall down and you injure a part, the blood doesn't keep on coming in. After some time, there is a plug of blood that is formed, and that plug of blood is known as a clot, and that clot helps to stop the blood from flowing out of your body, and this clotting is done by these platelets. Now let's come to the next part, that is lymph. Lymph is similar to blood, but except for one component of the blood, that is, it does not have RBC in it. Now lymph flows through the blood capillaries only. While flowing, it actually leaks through the capillaries outside, বাইরে বেরিয়ে যায়, and that is when they go and settle in between tissues, and hence they are known as tissue fluids, and tissue fluids are helping in actually collecting in between tissues, and finally these tissue fluids, they flow through specialized lymphatic vessels or lymph nodes. And finally, lymph, as we know, is very instrumental in bringing about in working towards the immunity of my body. And you know what is immunity? It is the way in which my body functions to act against the disease causing organisms or the pathogens that enter my body. Lymph is a yellowish color fluid. Why? Because it is blood minus the RBC, and it contains less proteins than blood. It also helps in transportation and helps in destroying germs. That is how it provides immunity to us. Next, we come to the next part, as I was talking about the different blood vessels of my body, that is arteries, veins and capillaries. Now, let's talk about arteries. Arteries, they are thick-walled blood vessels which carry oxygenated blood, I said, away from the heart to different parts of the organs. And pulmonary artery is the only exception. I have already told you about this. Now let's come to vein. Veins, they are thin-walled and they carry deoxygenated blood towards the heart, except for, of course, the pulmonary vein. Another big difference between the artery and vein is the presence of valves in vein. Now, what is the function of the valve? The function of the valve is to check out the backflow of blood. মানে ব্লাডটা যখন হার্টের দিকে যাচ্ছে, it will make sure আবার blood, ওই deoxygenated blood, তো it is very bad for the body, so it will not allow that blood to come back to that organ again. মানে এটা একটা ট্যাপের মতো, বুঝলি তো? valveটা is just like a tap. So this tap, once closed, will not allow that blood to go back to that organ again, and as a result of which deoxygenated blood can only be directed towards the heart. But artery to rokom darkar nei. Artery only ektai darkar to have thick muscles. So thick muscles keno? It will contract, and because it will contract, it will reach to the farthermost point of the body. একদম হার্টের থেকে টো অবধি যেতে হবে ব্লাডকে, ঠিক আছে? Now let's go to the last part, that is double circulation. Now what is double circulation? As I was telling you that আমাদের body is made up of two parts. আমি superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, I've told you about it. Now since we are mammals and also birds, we are warm-blooded, and we need to maintain our body temperature and adapt accordingly to the body temperature. Our body temperature has to adapt to the temperature outside. মানে যদি বাইরে 5 degree হয়, my body will be remaining at 37 degrees Celsius. That's my normal body temperature. But it will try to adapt to that 5 degrees Celsius. আর কোল্ড ব্লাডেডদের ক্ষেত্রে কি হয়? They will become 5 degrees Celsius একদম straight away. But we do not have that. So we require more energy, and hence this double circulation helps us in achieving that. So আমাদের দুটো পার্ট আছে, এই ওপরের পার্টটা, anterior part and posterior part, superior part or the inferior part. Superior part is known as, because it is guided by the lungs, it is known as pulmonary circulation. Our body parter je puro blood circulation hocche, that is known as the systemic circulation. That body theke deoxygenated blood is coming over here, and anterior part theke deoxygenated blood is coming over here, getting clean in the lungs, and from the lungs again the oxygenated blood is coming back to the heart, and again from this heart only abar this blood is being carried to the inferior and the superior portion of the body as well. Mane superior portion would include your brain and your face and your other parts, and inferior would mean all the abdominal parts. Mane tor stomach, intestine, everything. I hope you have understood how transportation takes place in specifically human beings. So I hope if there is any problem, you can drop down a comment, or we'll be having live classes the next day. I mean, that's Thursday. So you can keep your questions ready for whatever we have done till date, and ask me questions in the live class. So we will meet in the live class.